Okay, class, today we are going to talk about the vocabulary words from the book we read yesterday in class, All About Bees. Do you guys remember the book we read yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to use context clues to figure out what the vocab words mean from the book yesterday. Do you guys know what context clues are?
I think that context clues can help you decide what the meaning of the word is.
Yeah, that's basically what context clues are. So today we are going to use the book that we read yesterday and just focus on the vocabulary words. So we're going to read the sentence that the vocab words were in, and then we are going to try to guess what we think the meaning means. And then after we've made all our guesses, we're going to come back together and find the real definition. So, does everyone have this chart that I handed out just a second ago?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So in the first column, you guys are going to write what you think the word means. And then in the second column, we're going to wait until we've done all of the first column, and we're going to come as a class together, and we're going to write down the real definition so we can know what the word really means. So we're going to do two examples together just so I can make sure you guys know what we're supposed to be doing. And we are going to start with the word branches. Do you guys have any idea what branches might mean?
Branches, I don't know. No.
Okay, so why don't you guys turn and talk with the partner next to you and try to come up with what you think branches mean.
I don't know, Sam. What do you think it might mean? I think that branches is like a type of animal that, is small. I think that could be right. I don't know. I was thinking that branches might be like a type of bush.
Okay, Sam and Meredith, why don't you guys share what you thought the words meant with the whole class?
Well, Sam thought that a branch was like a type of animal, like a small animal, but we didn't know, and I thought that it was like a plant.
A plant. Okay. So now we are going to use the word and the sentence from the book, and then you guys are going to try to turn and talk again and figure out what the word actually means. So, the branches move in the wind. The branches move in the wind. So, why don't you turn and talk with the same partner as last time and see if your definition changes now that you have these context clues from the book. Turn and talk.
I think that branches is a plant. I think that you were right. Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. So, Annie, why don't you share with us what you thought the word means?
I think that branches might be like a part of a big plant, like how plants have stems. I think that the branch is like something that extends off from the stem.
Okay. So why don't we all get out our anchor chart that I handed you, and on the very last word in column, I want you to write a plant that stems off from the main branch. Okay. So now we are going to do a second example, and this time I want you guys to turn and talk about the word beaks.
I know what a beak is. I think that a beak is like a part of like a bird. I know that it has to do with a bird. I don't know what a beak is. I think that it might be like yeah, I think that you were right.
Okay, Michael, why don't you tell me what you and your partner talked about for the word beak?
Well, we thought that a beak was like a type of I forget.
You forget. Okay, Kayla, do you guys remember what you talked about for the word beaks?
We thought that a beak was like a type of like a bird.
Okay.
We thought it was like type of a bird.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now we are going to use the sentence from the book and try to figure out what it means based on these context clues. Birds use their beaks to help pollinate flowers. Birds use their beaks to help pollinate flowers. Okay, so everybody turn and talk again, and using these context clues, see if your definition has changed.
So I definitely think that a beak is part of a bird now that we read the sentence.
Okay, Meredith, I really liked what you and your partner were talking about, so will you just go ahead and share with the class what you thought beaks
Yeah,
meant?
we thought that because the sentence had the word bird in it, that a beak must be part of a bird.
Okay, a beak is a part of a bird. I like that. So why don't you get out your anchor chart again and go to the third word, beak, or the fifth word, and write down a part of a bird. Okay, now that we've done these two examples, I think you guys know what you're supposed to be doing. So I want you guys to go to your table and work with a partner, or you can work by yourself, and figure out the rest of these 6 vocabulary words, what you think they mean based on the book. So you can use your book, or you can use a partner, you can use both, and just fill out the first column, and then in a few minutes we'll come back together and I will tell you the correct definition to these words.